Now, this is Baruch here, your Sabbath, the Tikkun Elevator Kolo. And we started off on the Zohar from yesterday. And I realized as I'm looking at it now that I could introduce this little piece of Torah where Yaakov is blessing his sons. So we're in the middle of this Parshas VAYACHI, and this is how this comes out. And it says, let me just read a little bit so we can get an idea what's saying. This is regard to Judah, Yehudah. And it said, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a scholar from among his descendants until Shiloh arrives. And his will be a donkey and his will be an assemblage of nations. He will tie his donkey. So we've been working yesterday on the concept of what a donkey is in terms of the Zohar. So he will tie his donkey to the vine branch his donkey's foal. In other words, the young donkey. He'll tie them both. He will launder his garments in wine and his robe in the blood of grapes. Now all of this is a very mysterious puzzle, telling about Judah at the end of time. So that's what we looked at yesterday, and it analyzed some of the words. So we could switch this over. Let me switch it over. And this is number Yud Aleph. And I really read, this is an app on your phone. It's just absolutely fantastic. You can go move really quickly between different places and ideas. Here it is in Hebrew. Osri Legefen Iro. So Iro is really referring to his donkey. So he's going to tie it to a vine. But not just any vine, just to a grapevine. And to a offshoot of the vine. B'nei Asona, the child of the donkey. So we went through a thing yesterday. We have some extra letters. He wanted to say that this pasuk is a secret of perhaps that if it was chanted over and over again over a small child, I don't know if it would help. I don't know exactly what he wants to say about it, but he wants to say that in this pasuk itself is a secret of a guardianship for children. So something, a way by taking the names Yud, the letters Yud and K, this is guards children. Now let's move on to today. We're going to go to the next pasuk. So the next pasuk, I'll do the best I can here. Let me say there's a little more light for me, and it says like this. Ukama the Hacha Isrim is Shema Kadisha, and just like in the pasuk that we just said that there's a Yud and there's a K that really are extra. Hachi Nami the Sreich, but also when you come to this little branch offshoot of the vine. So the word Sarecha really should be the red Sarek Miboyle. Iskali Tam, so here there's a Vav and a K. So he says, how is this word? He said, B'ni Ben miboyle. So b'ni, which has an extra yud, it just needed to be a ben. They didn't need that extra yud miboyle. Sorek, the word sorek. So he says, I planted you as a sorek, I guess as a sproutling. Ben, it should be ben then. Kamadat Omar, like you say like this, Ben asonos amai soreka, between the donkeys. So he says, why does it say that it's tied to a branch? Amai b'ni, why does it say b'ni? Alakamada is shama kishem b'kadisha, the copy of the la'ayir. He says, because you have this here. There is shama kadisha, in there we have special letters that are additional. And they're used to be la'kafia la'ayir, to beat down the donkey again. Hochinami, so that's over there in the Yud and the K. Hochinami is Shema Kadisha La'achvia. There is also another holy name, La'achvia. They count them down. What is it? Achvia, Chela, Achva, the Ichul Chamra. There's a certain type of Chela, which is called by the name donkey. The Omale, the Shema Kadisha, Isra Mizhacha, because if you didn't have the holy name mentioned in here, Hava Metarshte Alma, Hava Metarshte Alma would destroy the whole world. Yak Bechela Do, so you have Yud K for this force, Vav K Bechela Do for another kind of force. Lehistamra almacha b'naychel, to guard the world from them. Lehistamra b'barabenash to lo yishtutu bei ba'alma. Now I need help here. I didn't really get a good idea. I can translate. That's the best I could do. Lehistamra, to guard us. Barnash, people. The lo yishtutu bei ba'alma, that they should have no control over them in the world. Now, I'm not sure what that meant, but before we were talking about the donkey and so on and so forth. Let me take a break here and I'll look up something. I'll be right back. So this is Baruch. I'm coming back off of that little break because it just, in the interest of time, I wanted to find this and be able to show it to you. That the pasuk that was quoted over here, let me turn that light back on. It said, "V'ani natatich sarech ben." Okay, so he says this is a secret pasuk. This is coming out of Yirmiyah. I wanted to show it to you in this art scroll little thing here. It says, let me see, get rid of that just for a second. He says, let's see, where is it? Oh, I lost it. So kaf aleph, here we go. Va'anochi natatich sarech kula zera emes. I played you as a, we'll see what this means. We'll translate it in a minute. It says, Bekula zera emes, all truthful seed. How did you turn this around, Lee, against me? Surya gefen nachriya, and you tied yourself to a strange, a foreign gefen. That's what happens to us. We get sucked into the Gentile lifestyle because we're always surrounded by them. So let's look and see if we can get a translation. This is interesting. You just try, I have planted you from a choice vine. So then it would say, Kula zera emes. Let's try that one. Then have you turned yourself into an inferior alien vine before me. And that's where he goes on to. So let's see, there's where that is located. Now, what I do is I might as well take you along with me, is I'm going to go to the next pasuk, which is in Zechariah. Let's see, how do we get there? Zechariah would be Zechariah, and here we go. So Zechariah, it's in the ninth parak. So we go over here in the art scroll and we bring this up, and we'll find number 9. It's very convenient for me because it's in English. And then he says it's pasuk 9. So let's see, let's find pasuk 9. Here it is. I think that's right. He says, Bain Osanos. So we have to find that part of it. It says, Gili Ma'od Bas Tzion Harii Bas Yerushalayim Hine Malkech Yavuloch Tzadik V'Nosek Hu Ani V'Rochev Al Chamors, riding on the donkey. Val Ayer, that's a donkey, Ben Asonos, between the donkeys. Let's see what the English says about that. This was number 9. This thing is all different kinds of stuff to it. Really, really well made. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout for joy, O daughter of Jerusalem. For behold, your king will come to you. Righteous and victorious is he, a humble man, riding on a donkey, upon a foal, a calf of she-donkeys. All of that is very mysterious, and the Zohar is looking at it. But I don't understand it 100%, and so therefore I want to, that 100%, I don't understand it. So let's see what he's trying to say. So he said, V'kumosha kan nirmaz Hashem HaKodesh. So now we're reading just the light print of the Maltik of the Vash. Hachi namish, just this over there where we said before that you're able to borrow from a pasuk. There's really pasuk talking about Yehudah and how he's bound a donkey to the vine and his foal to the vine. The donkey's foal to the vine. So also we have something coming out of that pasuk where it says where you're tying up the sareka, which is b'nei asono, that the foal, the young donkey, we tied to a branch. Because we have this pasuk for the sareka, sorek meboyle. When you said the sareka, it didn't need to have that extra hay there. He said, B'li Oz Hey. Then it says B'ni, like that. It should have been Ben Memorial. It just needed to say Ben. B'li Yud, without the Yud. Hare Yesh Kan Hashem Yud K. So you see that there's a name Yud K over there. Maybe Raish Hakeim Koyitzark Lehiyos. So this is a proof he wants to bring that it has to be like this. He shows the Sorek, so he said that the Hiyos Sorek. It should be Sorek, not Sreka. So he said, Natatich Sorek. He planted us straight, a pure vine. Hare calls it Shura, Sorek, Bli Hey, no Hey. Ben Kamadaat Amber Ben Sono. So then also we have this phrase, you should say Ben Sono. Hare calls it Bli Yud. Should be written, that's really the Pasuk. The pasuk is without a yud. Amai Sareka. So why do we have Sareka? Lama kosav kan behei. And why did it cross it here with this yud? The lama kosav kan biyud. Halakama the ish shma kedisha the akafia la'ayir. So it's just like we have what a holy name, the yud name of Yud K, that's able to humble down the donkey. That donkey aspect that wants to mivatal our limud, to kill our children. Elo kamosha yesh shem kadosh yak, because there is a holy name, which is the name of Yak. The hachnia as klipas ir hanal, in order to be able to humble down the klipas of the year that we're talking about, the ayir. Hachi name is shma kedisha the akafia v'chela achra the ihi chamra. But there's also something else. Something else that you could do. The translation, Hochinami here also. Ishma Kadisha, there's a holy name. The Kafya Cheda Achra, to be able to humble down a different power. What power? The Ihi Chamra, which is also the same kind of thing, a Chamor. Kamoken Yeshem Kadosh Yudke. Lachnia Koch Acher. Also that name could be used to knock down another name. Shuhu Klipas Chamor Dahainu. B'nei Asono Shabakasav, that is the children. It has descendants. The children of the donkey, of the power of the donkey. The Malachish, the Shema Kadisha Isram is Hacham, because if you didn't have the name, the holy name in this pasuk, Shem Lo Hashem HaKodesh HaNir Maskan, Hava Metarta She'on, the world would be destroyed. So he says, what does that mean? He says, Yeshem Yud K, Yak, we pronounce it. Could go in Koach Ha'ir, Koach Ha'ayir. So he says there's a Yak Keneged. He says that battles opposite the Koach of the Chamor, which wants to just be stubborn and not do anything and criticize and ruin children and kill them with diseases. Just make it not work. Then there's a Yud K Keneged Koach HaChamor, but then there's also a Yud K which is Keneged Koach of the donkey. I guess an ayir must be a female donkey. Let me see what he says. V'ha'inyan hu ki shem yak hu begimel rishonos. This is a little ari, which I had to explain a little bit. It says v'ha'inyan hu ki shem Yud K. Yud K refers to Chochma Bina Das. It really refers to Chochma Bina. So he says it could also refer to Keser Chochma Bina. That's probably better. He said Kishem Yak Hu Begimel Rishonos, which is Kochov. She'ein Sham Mechizas Hachitzonis, because in the Rosh we had this understanding that the power of the reflection of the mixture of bad and good, which turns out to be an illusion. He says, She'ein Sham Achizas HaKitzonis, those illusions do not exist in the Rosh. V'chein kulam mefachatim, so therefore all of them becomes frightened, v'chnoim and bundle themselves down, mikdusha Shem, therefore the kedusha of this name. L'yistam bracha b'alma b'nachum, in order to guard the world from them. So this use of the letter Yud K has that power. And this causes the world to be saved from them, to guard it from them. And he said that translation of this the guard people, that they should have control of them, They should never have anything to do with him. Now, I probably missed some of this. Well, I don't know if I did. I get involved and I don't move the page because I'm reading from the page actually, and not from the screen. This is Baruch Fleischman, your Saba at the Tikkun Elevator Kolo.